Let me call to order the Kern Council of Governments meeting. This is the Transportation Planning Policy Committee portion of the agenda on October 16th. That's 6:30. First is the Pledge of Allegiance, and followed by a moment of silence, prayer, silence, and meditation. Whichever you prefer. Mr. Smith, would you please?
Yes. Salute. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There you go. Thank you, Jake. Okay, the first item is roll call.
I own. Whoa. How come mine? Can you hear me online? Skip?
They're all muted.
Now, try it again. You were muted. Ask him again.
Skip, can you hear me?
Becky's muted.
You're still muted.
Oh, there it says, yeah, he can hear.
Isn't Becky muted?
Yeah, she's muted. They're not muted anymore.
Okay,
Becky
thank you.
is.
Calderon,
Here.
Couch,
Here.
Espinoza, Gunn,
Here.
Gorman. Gorman's here, I know he's here.
You're muted, Becky.
I'm not. I mean, I know my,
shows.
It shows the little red microphone.
it has to be
Her
though.
computer is, but the mic should not be.
Oh, okay.
So otherwise you get the reverb. So why we can't hear Skip, because I think he's trying to speak to us.
They show to be muted.
Hawkins,
Skip is not.
Hawkins,
Yeah, see, he just went off mute,
Mm-hmm.
but we're not hearing him back through our speaker system.
you want to tell them.
Yep.
Morse,
Here.
Nor, Parlier,
Here.
Para,
I'm here.
Reyna,
I'm here.
Bob Smith is not here. Phil Smith,
Here.
Solario Ruiz.
Slacker.
Thank you.
So,
Oh, and I'm sorry, Jill from District 9 is here as well.
remotely, okay. Jill, you said, Jill, can you hear us?
We can't hear her. We can't hear you, that's the problem. It's on our end, though, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so we don't have a quorum if those folks can't hear,
They can hear us, we just can't hear
but
them.
they're gonna need to vote, right?
hear us?
Yeah, they would need to be able to fully participate.
They
have
would
to-
need to
we have
be
to be
on-
able to communicate both ways.
So should we just, I heard try again in the background.
Can anyone hear me?
Becky.
Hi, Skip, is that you?
Yes, it's It's me, and I hear you just fine. The chairman, though, his voice seems far away.
Jill, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
All right,
You're the new technician.
Wonders of the modern age, right?
so we are back. We've done concluded roll call, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're on to public statements. This is the portion of the meeting that's reserved for people to bring forward issues that are not on the agenda but are under the jurisdiction of the board. I don't see anyone here. Do we have anybody online? Do we do that? Do we take online comments? I don't think we ever have, but do we? Okay. All right, seeing no public comments, let's go to item 4, which is the consent agenda. All of those items listed with or under item 4, Roman numeral 4, are considered routine and non-controversial. In fact, all of them are information only. Is there anyone here that would like to make a comment on the consent agenda or ask for separate consideration? Don't see any. Back to the board.
Motion to approve.
Second?
You have a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Oh, Calderon,
Yes.
Couch,
Yes.
Gunn,
Yes.
Gorman,
Yes.
Hawkins,
Yes.
Morris,
Yes.
Parlier,
Yes.
Para,
Yes.
Reyna,
Yes.
Phil Smith,
Yes.
and that's it.
Okay, that takes
Thank
us
you.
to item 5, which there are no member meeting reports. Item 6 is the Caltrans report. Good evening.
Good evening, members of the board. Thank you. A couple of miscellaneous items. The Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, also known as IJA, is going to be expiring in September 2026. Remember, IJA provides $550 billion over fiscal years 22 through 26. In advance of the future congressional action reauthorizing the Surface Transportation Program, Caltrans is seeking input and active participation in engagement so that our collective voice is heard. There's going to be a Caltrans Reauthorization Transportation Funding Sub-Work Group meeting, it's a mouthful, on November 18th from 3 to 4 p.m. If you'd like more information on that, please let me know. For those of you folks that are familiar with the interim final rule that came out regarding DBEs, there was a webinar hosted by Caltrans. If you missed the live webinar, it is still available on YouTube. What you're going to want to do is go to the California Local Technical Assistance Program webpage, CalTAP. The 2026 draft ITP is coming out. It should be coming out tomorrow. There is going to be a couple of workshops on it. For Southern California, which would be most appropriate here, it's going to be November 7th in Orange County, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Purpose of these hearings is for Caltrans to present the proposed ITIP and provide an opportunity for stakeholders and the public to provide input before it's finalized. If you're unable to attend in person, you can participate virtually. Information is on the CTC website. The last of our Sustainable Transportation Planning Grant Program office hours is going to be October 23rd. So next week, it's at 3 o'clock. Applications for the STPG grant are due November 21st. If you would like a one-on-one, please reach out to my office. We're more than happy to do that if you can't make it to the next office hours. Some project updates.
When is that due?
The STPG grant application, November 21st. An update on the 99 CMCP. We are reviewing the final. It should be coming out early next week, late next week. That's the plan. So, fingers crossed. Some project updates, 46, Wasco pedestrian beacon. The project is set for council approval to award on October 21st. Construction is anticipated to start mid-November. The Wasco 43 pedestrian beacon, last we heard, the city is anticipating construction by November. State Route 46, 43 intersection improvements. Project has completed the design phase and is advertising for construction. Contract bids are expected at the end of December. The PM is coordinating with Wasco City Manager to schedule another presentation after the first of the year, preferably once a contractor's on board.
Thank you so much.
The 99 to 58 connector ramp, PSE is progressing. We're at 60%. Constructability review was held last month. Submitting the baseline agreement the week of the 13th to headquarters, so that's this week, for the December CTC. Bakersfield Freeway connector, still expected completion this fall. Delano 155 3R rehab, no change on that one since last update, targeting construction starting spring of 2026. 7th Standard Road Roundabout, consultant provided 100% plan specs and estimates package on October 8th. We're anticipating RTL December 2025, advertising spring of 2026, with construction following in late summer, early fall. The California Aqueduct Bridge Rehab, this is on 166. The majority of the work is expected to be completed by the end of the year. Construction contract acceptance should be achieved by summer of next year. Bakersfield 99 Rehab South, 60% constructability review was completed last month. Team is working towards 95%, which is scheduled in winter of 2026. Maricopa Highway Cap M, no change. This one should be just about done. The contractor's wrapping up some punch list items. Pumpkin Center 3R Rehab, no change since the last update, still targeting construction late spring of next year. Morning Drive Rehab Project, construction is 99% complete. PG&E completed their work last month. Construction is working on the punch list. There are some electrical procurement issues and a few ADA ramps that are not fully compliant. Design and the ADA coordinator are reviewing those. We're expecting full completion mid-December. So many updates for y'all. Kern 33 rehab, no change since the last update. Construction started in September. Current target for completion is May of next year. That is it for my updates. Do I have any questions?
Any questions for Caltrans? Mr. Smith?
Any update on the truck climbing lane 58 of the engineering and design? Is there any increase in the percentage completion of that, or?
I was gonna say, that's District 9, so.
Okay, but District 6 is doing the work. All right,
No.
correct?
Oh, we're doing the design. Oh, okay.
Correct.
Central Region.
So
Got it.
I'll ask Jill when she gets up. All right,
Okay.
thanks.
Jill is up right now, coincidentally. Hi, Jill.
Good afternoon. Yeah, the Keene Pavement project that includes the truck climbing lanes, we are progressing towards 95% design completion. That's anticipated in December. While the design is going on, we're also working on updating the freeway agreements. Right away, all offers have been extended. Half of those have been accepted, and we're in negotiations with the remainder. Currently on track to reach RTL in June of 26, and with construction coming in 2027. I know that staging was an important item for this group, and the project manager is working with staff to do a presentation, hopefully December or January, on updating the staging with this group. So other project updates, Cache Creek pavement, the draft environmental document is out for its 30-day review. That started on the 12th of this month. Ridgecrest pavement, we understand the city of Ridgecrest is having some concerns over drainage across 178. Our design manager will be meeting with city staff to do a site visit and make sure that the concerns are addressed in that project. And then we have one of our success stories in a partnership project is the Olancha 4-lane. The ribbon cutting for that section of highway is going to be on the 23rd of this month. So I wanted to thank Kern County and Kern COG for the contribution towards the construction of that project. So thank you.
Okay, any questions for District 9? Bill?
Jill, any hiccups on the right-of-way purchase on the truck climbing lanes or everything? Any pushback?
It's going as anticipated. So, out of all of them that have been extended, half have been accepted, and going through the negotiations is just a normal part of the process. So, not anticipating any hiccups.
Thank you.
Anybody else? All right, seeing none, we'll go to Executive Director's Report, item 8.
Very good.
Excuse me, item 7.
Thank you. Just want to follow up on a couple of those projects that were listed there. We're tracking a couple. First, I wanted to say thank you to Caltrans District 6 for hearing our comments on the 99 study that you mentioned earlier. You briefly mentioned it, but for the board's sake, how long have you guys been working on a comprehensive study of 99 from Sacramento down to Bakersfield?
Almost 2 years.
Yeah. And so our staff has been integrating with yours, working through some of the issues there. Those plans ultimately do guide decision-making on where funding goes and how we make improvements, and 99 is pretty important to the Central Valley and to Kern County in particular. And so just wanted to extend our appreciation for including our comments in your draft. So that's a big deal that that's getting done. So
Can I ask a question about that?
Of course. Yeah.
If there's a interchange envisioned somewhere along 99 in the Kern County or area, is this a document we should be making sure that thought is included in?
That's a good question. We have been talking about, I don't know the answer, actually. Rob, do you have a thought on it? I don't think it is, to be clear.
There's about 1,000 proposed solutions for the entire 99 corridor that are held in the appendix. Keep in mind that what's in the CMCP is a long-term planning document, and it does not need to align with the regional transportation plan. If it did, there would be really no value in the CMCP because it would just be a regurgitation of the RTP. So things that you've got envisioned for the future might not necessarily be there. Hopefully they are, though. Hopefully we're aware of it and it was incorporated into there.
How often is this? I don't think I've heard of this. How often is this a new effort, or how often is it updated?
The CMCP?
Yeah.
So this is a new effort in the sense that it is a comprehensive multimodal corridor plan, and it's the first one that I think in the state that's actually encompassed 300 miles. It covers 3 districts, District 6, 10, and 3 as well. So it does start at 599 and goes all the way up to the 50. I would be more than happy to bring out our contract manager next month, as soon as it's final, to present the 99 CMCP to the board. So
Let's
throw that out there.
Talk about it's less focused on infrastructure improvements, and to Rob's point, more focused on management of traffic. And so, just to give you a for instance of where we engaged is, Sacramento wants HOV lanes, on 99. But we kind of said, well, we're not real sure that HOV lanes in the middle of Bakersfield make sense because we don't have as high volumes of single occupant vehicles where an HOV lane might motivate somebody to ride share. We don't have that same traffic pattern that they have. And instead, though, we were focused on should we be changing the way we move freight, which lanes are legal for trucks to be in order to improve flow of traffic on 99 through Metro Bakersfield in particular. So that's an example of where we were talking through. It's not as focused on, to Shane's point, our RTP contains where we think we want a new interchange or where we want to go from 6 lanes to 8 lanes. That's where that data is contained. So this is more about managing traffic. Does that make sense?
I took you off track, so
Okay, no, it's a good conversation to have. It's all part of completing the puzzle. So I also wanted to express appreciation to District 9 for hearing us on Ridgecrest and the 178 rehab. So that's something I had a chance to talk to Ridgecrest about and speak to District 9 about. So thank you for following up with that, Jill, and working through those issues with the city of Ridgecrest. On our end, just a couple of quick notes. I kind of combined together all the work we're doing at 99 and 58 in the middle of Bakersfield. There's a lot of moving pieces. Shane briefly mentioned a baseline agreement going in December to the CTC. That's the first step in a couple of steps to kind of combine all the remaining construction efforts that remain in that area and get them delivered in the next 18 months to a year. The big item that you guys we're working on, flow of traffic in that area. Caltrans also has a $100 million repave of 99 that's coming in that same area. So it's going to be pretty hectic, and so we're all working together to try to pull those together. That's one of my major work items, and we're making progress. So appreciate the help on that. Also wanted to report on 7th Standard and 43 Roundabout. I think I had a chance to talk to you all about, we have one property owner at one corner who had concerns about the shape and nature of that project. We were able to resolve those, working with that property owner and with Caltrans to come up with a design that everybody accepted and was happy with. So the project continues forward. So happy to announce that we've cleared that hurdle and everybody seems to be in a good mood. So now it's just getting it all done, getting PG&E to move their stuff out of the way, which is its own set of challenges, but again, making progress. Also wanted to report too that we're one of the items here, we continue to be looking at the RTIP, and we are focused now on phase 2 of the truck climbing lanes project for future funding. So that would be adding the truck climbing lane between basically Murray Family Farms or General Beale Road and 223. That's the next phase of the truck climbing. The first phase, District 9 just reported on. This is the second phase. We're programming that out and aligning the money so we can get to work on environmental and P&AD as soon as potentially next year. So film at 11 there. Haven't quite nailed it all down, but we're in the process of doing it right now. And lastly, the California City Boulevard and 58 Safety Project. We had a meeting with Antelope Valley East Kern Water District Monday, Rob? Tuesday. And the county and Kern COG staff went out there working with that agency to procure the alignment we need for constructing the frontage road, which is the solution to the problem in that area, and received a unanimous approval from the AVAC board to proceed with that alignment. So a big step forward, and again, working with county staff to take that project now. Now that step is handled, we're going to move full force into design on the project. So still waiting to hear on a federal grant to help round out the budget on that project. So last item to update you, just a housekeeping item. We will be transitioning from using GoToMeeting to Teams starting, I think, did we want to do it next meeting or did we say January?
I thought Michael told me January.
Yeah. So we'll be making that transition in January. So we'll work with whoever normally logs in, but just an FYI. All right, that's my report. Thank you.
any questions from anybody? Supervisor Scott.
I just want to thank Rob and Kern COG for all their diligence and working with AVAC. It's a very important project for Edwards Air Force Base, Cal City, and the residents of East Kern. And job well done. Thank you.
Yeah. Rob gets the credit. He's been dogging them for a while here to get onto their agenda and to get the presentation put together. So yeah, pretty happy with the outcome.
Way to go, Rob. All right. Anybody else?
Quick, I just wanted to Rob and the rest of the Kern COG staff for coming out to Cafe Smitten's parking lot of all places for their first RTP crack at the RTP presentation and workshop. We were kind of the guinea pig a little bit, but they did a great job, and we expected more people, but we got for as many things that was going on Friday, the Greek festival, all kinds of things. I feel like we had a good turnout, and we had folks that don't usually turn up to those types of outreach. So we got a different, opinion from folks that we don't usually get. But they did a great job, and yeah, thanks for coming out.
Anybody else? Okay, so we'll adjourn the Transportation Planning Policy Committee, and we'll start the Kern Council of Governments Committee. Do I need a roll call there, or is roll call the same? Okay. No need. Public comments here. This is the portion of this meeting that's reserved for people to bring forward issues that are under the jurisdiction of the board, but not on the agenda tonight. I don't see anybody new in the audience. So that takes us to to the consent agenda. Everything there is listed is considered routine and non-controversial by Kern COG staff. Any comments from the public? Seeing none, back to the board.
Move to approve.
You have a motion and a second. Roll call vote.
Phil Smith,
Yes.
Morena,
Yes.
Parlier,
Yes.
Morse,
Yes.
Hawkins,
Yes.
Gorman,
Yes.
Couch,
Yes.
and Calderon.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. That takes us to item 4, which is member agency overdue TDA audits. That's the reason we're all here. Mr. Schlosser.
Very good. Thank you, board members. This one is a bit complicated. I'm going to do my best. I've been practicing today to try to make this as concise as possible. So Kern COG is the custodian of your TDA funds. So TDA is made up of LTF and STA. I'm not going to go dive into that. It's in the staff report if you want to read the details of how that money, where that money comes from. But that's state money that is allocated by population to a region, and we receive those funds, and then we distribute those funds to your agencies. We take off the top a few percentage points to operate and manage the distribution of that money. And a part of that includes some administrative obligations that the COG has by accepting that money and distributing it to you all. So that's what we're here tonight to talk about. We provide a benefit to you when we do that. Annually, in order to receive your TDA funds, you have to have your expenditure of those funds audited, right? Pretty normal government business obligation. That audit, though, also has to flow after your annual audit that each of your agencies is required to do by the Department of Finance. So you guys all know that your agencies get audited every year. And so we're always 1 year in arrears. We're following that audit. And then as initiated by you all, you come to us to request that we distribute your funds to you. And we can only do that if we have audited your books as it relates to TDA Article 3. We use some of that money that we take off the top to pay the auditor to do that work for you all. But, and maybe as a ripple effect of COVID, if you want to speculate on why it's happening, we're having some delinquency issues with those audits. Only 4 of the 11 agencies here are complete with their TDA audits, which are due in second quarter of each year. The other 7 are delinquent for a couple of different reasons, and we can talk about those if you want. I'm not too worried about them. This is ultimately your money, and we hold your TDA money. We don't release it to you until the audit's complete. So generally speaking, we expect agencies to be pretty eager to get their hands on that money. But for different reasons, that's not always coming together in a timely manner. Here's the concern. Is that we hire our auditor to the tune of $60,000 or $70,000 a year to perform those 11 audits. And if they take a long time and the auditor is making phone calls and not getting return, asking for information, but then maybe only getting partial information from your staff, they review that, they realize they're missing things, they send another email back, they ask for more data, maybe it takes a month to get a hold of somebody, et cetera. The auditor has come back to us and said, this is not good, this is work we don't want, and it's costing us too much money to perform this service for you. And we said, well, we're trying to perform the service for you all to avoid having you guys, the only other alternative here is you perform the audit and deliver them to us, which would cost you money. We perform it, we think it's frankly, we think it's better that we perform the audits because then we get exactly what we need and we can keep it on a schedule and a timeline. But this year, again, because only 4 of the 11 have completed it, the auditor has come back to us and asked for additional funds to complete the work to the tune of another $60,000. Now, I haven't accepted that price, but it is highlighted a concern I have, which is the Kern COG budget cannot afford to absorb the losses associated with, you know, this auditor pursuing you all's folks to get these things done and to not be able to get through that process. It's not in our budget. We can absorb a little bit, and we budget for and expect a little bit of back and forth on that, but not doubling of the price. And maybe I'll just stop with my recommendation and ask, and then we can talk about where the questions might take us. So what I'm asking for your permission is to adopt a policy, just a policy level action, permitting Kern COG to retain member TDA funds on a member-by-member basis in the event of excess expense to Kern COG resulting from inaction on the part of the member agency. So in short, what I'm suggesting is if your agency has not completed it, and my auditor is coming back and going, we need another 20 hours or 30 hours of time, another $2,000, $4,000 to get it done, that if I have to expend those funds, that I have the ability to withhold those when we ultimately distribute your TDA funds to you. So just a reminder for you all, each of the agencies here receive a sizable amount of TDA funding, so this is not an amount of money that meaningfully changes what you receive and how you get to use that funding. But it seems to me a mild disincentive to delaying these items so that each of you all staff will be motivated to keep on top of responding to the auditor and completing these items. So I also noted here in the staff report that the retained funds would be limited to the direct expenses to the COG, not staff time, just these auditor expenses. And I'd put a maximum of $10,000 per year of delinquency on it so that would not be a large amount of money and there'd be a control on the amount we'd request. So that's the action item. Just to give you a sense, and I'll stop, I promise, of my attitude about this is a last resort. We're going to work with your agencies to try to keep up. We'll certainly accept some delays to the time they do, but if I'm having a serious delay, and then we get to this point, we'll warn your agency, hey, if you can't keep up, we're going to have expenses, and we're going to keep the money that's associated with those, and then if we don't get that, that's when we would withhold those funds. So that's my attitude about this. I'm really not looking for the money, but I do need to keep people on schedule. So
kind of implied in your recommendation is we can do it your way, which makes a little bit of sense, or
yeah,
every agency can do it themselves.
Correct.
Is this an all or nothing thing? I mean, can 9 of us do it one way and 2 of us do it another way?
Right now, 11 of you do it one way and 1 does it the other way. Shafter, who's not here tonight, they prepare their own audit,
Okay.
Which you can do. We would prefer, we don't think that's very logical because the Shafter's paying for their own. We're paying out of our portion of TDA to cover these audits. You're currently paying nothing for these audits, unless here in this case you're delinquent. So to me, this is a no-brainer. We should keep it this way, the way it is, and we're simply asking that in the case when we're really behind, that we have a way of recovering any loss that our auditor brings to us.
Remind us, which audit is it that needs to be done first before they can?
Your annual agency audit, so your full.
The full on.
Yeah, and that's apparently just 2 of the agencies are delinquent because of that, because they are not current on their primary audit, and so they cannot respond to our auditor. And then several of the others we have, it looks like 3 or 4 of them have maybe taken initial steps to respond to our auditor, but then have otherwise not completed the process with our auditor. And then we have 2 or 3 that just haven't responded to a phone call or an email yet. Well, I don't think it's really, would you like me to?
Yeah.
You guys are in the middle.
What's the middle? The one that we completed our audit, but
Planning is done, information's been received, samples have been selected, but we have not completed, it's ready for initial review. Sample selection sent to client, waiting for sample support. So we're in the middle with you. You guys are not that far away, and honestly, your number is one of the lowest ones on here in terms of delinquents. So that's the kind of example where we'll get involved, we'll call, we'll go, can you just get this done and get it across the finish line? But
Jay, you said this is not typical, so because of COVID is where you're experiencing some of these delays.
I'm just wondering how much turnover in staff is contributing to this.
Okay.
some of these agencies, I literally on the sheet have multiple crossed out names, meaning my auditor started with somebody in an agency and then 6 months later realized they got to find a new person in that agency because of turnover. So I wonder how much of it is that. That's just me speculating.
The cost benefit, what's the cost to a city to audit their TDA?
I don't know the answer to that. If the total budget for 11 audits is about 60 to 70,000, my expectations is about a $6,000 or $7,000 for agency to do it. If you do it on time, it costs you nothing. We get it done, and you have your whole TDA.
Yeah.
But if you're late and it costs you a couple thousand for us to extend that, that's the situation. You're still money ahead in that case. So.
Okay.
I'd like to ask a question, if I may. I want to know about Wasco. We recently lost our.
You're
head
on
of the
time.
department. We're on time.
You're on time. You're one of the 4 on time.
Great. We
Yeah,
have been
you're on
all
time.
along, but because we lost our financial person, I was wondering about it, so.
Yeah. You are one of the ones listed that Luis Campos is the new name, but it's completed. So.
Thank you.
Well, I appreciate the work and the way you work with our staff. And so in the way that you are coming and saying, we're here to support you, we're not here to ding you, it's really that if you are going to incur this cost and you're doing everything in your power to get responses, I think this is a disincentive. It would deter folks from being unresponsive. So I agree with the recommendation, policy recommendation, which is the last resort, that if there are delays and it's the fault of a city at being unresponsive, that we're able to recoup that out of the TDA.
Thank you.
And we're looking at what? Possibly whatever that amount is for the delay that the auditor's coming back to say, this is how much the city's costing us.
Yeah, so and again, I haven't accepted these numbers. This is what they've asked, but they asked for 30 additional hours for City Arvin, which is at $150 an hour. So if I accepted that, it would be $4,000, but I probably won't be I have 15 years' experience as a consultant, so I'll be working on these numbers. But in the sense that I'm not accepting what the consultant said, but I would think for Arvin's situation, if we can't resolve this quickly, it would be about $2,000.
Got it.
So that to give you a for instance.
Is that a motion?
I motion.
I'll second.
Second. Any discussion before we vote? Okay, roll call, please.
Calderon,
Yes.
Couch,
Yes.
Gorman,
Yes.
Hawkins,
Yes.
Morris,
Yes.
Parlier,
Yes.
Reyna,
Yes.
and Smith.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you.
We can jump all the way down to item 8, Executive Director's Report.
Very good. Couple of additional items to mention to you all. We did have a meeting with the Southern California Association of Governments back on October 3rd with SCAG, and maybe, actually, I didn't prep you on this, Supervisor Parlier, but you attended. Did you care to give the board a report on what you thought of the meeting with our near neighbor and the largest MPO in the country? So.
Anytime we can create synergy with a partner, and especially a larger partner, I think is a good thing.
Yeah.
I like your willingness to step out and engage with our surrounding agencies, and I think it was a good thing, and lunch was good.
The lunch was good.
Yes.
Yeah. It was an enormous amount of food if you missed
It was a
it.
crazy amount of food, I'll give you that.
Anyway, it was
Where was it? Where were you?
down at in Valencia Salt Creek Grill.
I've met with them there before.
Yeah.
We hadn't done that in a few years, so I'm glad you're doing it again.
Yeah, they reached out to us actually, and I thought it was a great opportunity. I do have one follow-up item there that relates to you. I do have on my list to reach out to them and then the 2 Caltrans districts to have a conversation about the 395 corridor that we share between our 2 agencies and between 2 Caltrans districts, and see if we can set up a meeting to talk a little bit about the future of 395. So I'll keep you updated on that one. Also wanted to let you all know that the regional awards call for nominations is expected to go out at the end of this month. So as you all know, we have our annual banquet and awards ceremony in March. What we're excited to do, and we're working on putting the details together. So that first call for nominations, expect to see those in a couple of weeks. So I expect to see some applications from each of your agencies or your community partners. There's a number of categories for those, and we always have a nice time in that evening. I think we do, at least. I've been many times representing the city of Tehachapi and really enjoyed that. So hope you guys will all keep an eye out for that and look for an opportunity to nominate. Also wanted to let you know we are posting for 2 job positions. I think I might have mentioned this in the past, but they're currently out. Becky and Suzanne have both announced their intent to retire here in a couple of months, well earned, and we are looking to backfill those positions. So those postings are out. If you know of anyone that's interested in a position of that nature, they are welcome. Those postings end on October 23rd. Lastly, just wanted to direct your attention to your folder. We have a Kern COG timeline information that we routinely provide to you. We have a number of our mini grant. We had 4 successful applications for the mini grant. As Cindy pointed out, we had the first of those events last week, and it was a success. We have the next 3, I think, scheduled on here as well. We will be attending the CTC, the commission meeting tomorrow. Myself and a couple of staff members are going to head up. Nothing real controversial on that, but just to continue to build those relationships. That's worth noting. I'm trying to think if there's anything else in here. Otherwise, please take a look at the timeline and the items that are here. And then lastly, we give you even a flyer with more clarity on that here that has the event dates and locations that are listed here. So please, if you've got them and they're associated with your agency, pushing that information out through your social media and through your various public outreach events would be a great way to increase folks that attend. The big one, next one is Oil Dorado, which is this weekend. So that concludes my report. Thank you.
Any questions for Jay? All right, that takes us to 9 member statements. Anybody want to get anything off their chest or confess anything? Seeing nothing.
I have an easy question, perhaps for Becky. I heard that we were making a shift in the go-to meeting format to something that I thought I heard called Teams. Will that demand an accommodation on my part to different software or different techniques in my struggle to connect with Becky or not?
If you have Microsoft, it's part of the Microsoft software, all their, it's like Word or Excel. So if you have Microsoft, you should have no problem. And I think there's even a free access to it if you don't have Microsoft.
Sure, no problem.
But we will, let's touch base in the next couple weeks or so, and maybe we can try a dry run.
I'll make it a point to do that. I'll be 80 years old next month, and this software does intimidate me.
I completely understand.
Thank you. Seeing nothing else, on to item 10, which is closed session. We have none. Item 11 is adjourned. We're adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.